that did not go as planned. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today is the first day of the Biannual Bibliothon and I could not be more excited. So this is going to be my week-long vlog, not week-long, my 9-day long vlog, because I want to share my reading experience with you. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing these next 9 days. And I hope you enjoy me talking about books and not shutting up, because I realized from my last vlog that I talk a lot. I talk way too much. I don't like this angle that much. It's gotta be lower. Give me a second. Okay, I feel better right here. Anyway, I have to figure out what I'm going to be reading today because I have not got the... That doesn't make sense. I haven't got an inkling of what I want to read. So I'm going to just go look at my bullet journal and see my options and tell you guys, because I'm hoping you've seen my TBR. If not, I'll leave it linked up here somewhere. But if you have, then you already know what I'm reading, but I'm gonna read it out loud just as a refresher because, I mean, it's not really part of your life, so you technically wouldn't remember it that much. So I'm gonna go get my bullet journal and tell you guys. And yes, I have latched onto the train and started a bullet journal. Okay, so I have it and I'm gonna tell you my options. So now, I'm not really that artsy, so I'm probably never gonna do like a flip through thing, but I will show you the TBR page for the Biannual Bibliothon just because this is the vlog for that, and I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, I haven't done something like this ever, so it's not the best in the world, but I don't think it's the worst either. And here it is. So yeah, okay, so options: The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Persepolis, Nocturna, The Spinner of Dreams, Passenger, These Rebel Waves, Stepsister, and Twilight. I don't know what I want to read. I may do one of those clicky things, not clicky things, like the spinny things where it like chooses a book for you. So I might do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because I really don't know what I want to read and I don't want to waste time trying to figure out what I want to, because that's a waste of time and it's already like 9:10. So wasted time has already been happening. So I don't want there to be any more. So let's move right along and get this spinny thing up. Wow, my hair is a mess. Why can't it like cooperate? So I have my first read, and that is The Spinner of Dreams by, I don't know. I'm going to go get the book and tell you. K.A. Reynolds. Okay. So this is an ARC that I got at BookCon and it's middle grade. And I'm very excited to start it. I'm glad this was my first pick. Not that I picked it, but yeah, this is what I'll be reading, and I'm glad I'm reading it now and like not putting it back farther. I scratched myself because I don't want to read this after it comes out. I want to read it before. So I think this is a great pick and I can't wait to read it. So I'm gonna get started now. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see me at the moment, but nothing. I'm gonna turn on the light and see if that helps. There we go. Okay, so ignore my hair. It's a mess. I threw it up in a bun because it was disgusting earlier as well. So yeah. Anyway, it's 7 o'clock and I'm still reading The Spinner of Dreams. I took like a 2-hour break, so if I hadn't, I probably would have finished this, but I did. So that's what's going on. Now my thoughts on this. I really don't like this book. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've read in the world. I just feel like it's so boring and I don't really care for the characters that much and I'm dragging myself through it and I just want to finish. I have a little over 100 pages left, so I know I'm going to be able to finish this tonight, hopefully. I know I say that a lot, like I know I'm gonna finish this tonight and it sometimes never happens. So yeah, I'm crossing my fingers I finish this tonight because I do not want to read this tomorrow or ever again. So I'm probably gonna give this like a 2 or 3 out of 5 stars when I'm finished.
at this point, I'm just dragging myself through it just to finish a book. I don't like DNFing books, so I'm not going to. I'm not gonna start. And plus, this is the first arc I ever got, so I feel kind of bad if I don't read it. So I'm going to finish this, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Just this much left I have to read. That's it. And I'm happy about that because, oh my gosh, I'm bored. I want to read something else, but if I put this down, I know I'm not going to pick it back up, so yeah. Okay, that's all for my update right now. I'm really hungry. I'm probably going to go get some food, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I just finished The Spinner of Dreams, and it's like 10:10 at the moment. So I'm probably going to go to bed now or watch some YouTube videos or something other than reading because I don't feel like it. I'm a little too tired for that. But anyway, my thoughts and feelings on this, I think it's going to be a 3 stars. I was thinking about 2.5, but I think the ending sort of made it better for me. But I think it's still more like a 2.75 stars. I just didn't really enjoy this that much. I felt it was slow and like there was action happening, but I was just bored. Like, I didn't really care about the characters that much. I didn't care if they failed or succeeded, so yeah. Like, the plot twist at the end was pretty good. Like, I didn't see that coming, so I think that's what saved this book for me. But yeah, I'm just glad I don't have to read this anymore. So I'm just going to talk to you guys tomorrow, and my phone is running out of. Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Biannual Bibliothon. Now, the last clip you just saw, it may have like cut off at a weird time, and that's because as soon as I was saying I didn't know how much time or storage I had left, it cut off. So I just deleted a ton of videos that I had already uploaded to YouTube, so it wasn't that big a deal. And some of them were like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's where all my storage is going. So I deleted them. So now I have more space to film, and it's like 11 o'clock. So I actually have a good idea of what I want to read. I'll get it and I'll show you. And that's Stepsister. So this was for the book for the challenge, read a book or read a predicted 5-star book. And this is that book because Jennifer Donnelly, I love her writing so much. This is also pretty short, so I know, just hit me. I know I can fly through this, and plus her writing is so easy to read. And I need a 5-star read at this point. This readathon has started off with like a 3-star book, so it's not going great, but I know I have faith in Jennifer Donnelly that this book will be amazing. So I'm gonna start reading this now and stop wasting my time. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so unfortunately I was not able to finish Stepsister today, but I did get to page 226. So I will be finishing that tomorrow, and it's almost 12 of the 3rd day of the Biannual Bibliothon. So that is why I'm saying goodbye to you for now. I'm tired, so I'm gonna go get some sleep, and tomorrow there is a sale at Books A Million, so I will be going there and getting some books. So I will show you guys the books I get tomorrow, and yeah, I will talk to you guys later. So good night. Okay, so it's day 3 of the Biannual Bibliothon, and I still haven't finished Stepsister. To be fair, we went shopping today at BAM because they were having a sale, which was a penny a page if you were a card member. So I got 9 books. So I've been gone pretty much all day, and then look, I got my ears pierced again. So I now have 3 holes in my ear on each side, so that's fun. And I'm not going to be showing you the books I got at BAM because I am thinking of doing a full haul for them, because 9 books, that's quite a bit. So I'm not going to show them to you now, but I will show you one book that I got that is kind of relevant to this readathon. If you watched my TBR, you will know that one of the challenges was to read the group book, I can't talk. Read the group book Aurora Rising, and I didn't have that, so I wasn't going to take part in this challenge. But seeing as it's the last Bibliothon, I thought I might as well get the book. And so I got Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. So now I have 9 books to read in 9 days, and I'm already a book short. So this is going to be fun and interesting. Since the penny a page deal was like you could only get 1 book per person for the penny thing, my mom got this for me. Well, I paid, but I got her to stand in line for me to get this. So I only paid like $4 for this because it's like 400 something pages. So that was great. So in Stepsister, I am on page 259, so I only have this much left. It's not a lot at all, and I know I can finish it. I am really loving this book, just like I love all of Jennifer Donnelly's books, but I still love it. The butt is not bad. It's just most, like, if Jennifer Donnelly brings in like characters like death and fate and chance and stuff, they like bother me the most because they're usually the villains and they're always like 1 step ahead of the protagonist, and I just want to murder them because they always uproot the protagonist, and it bugs me so much, and I hate them. And when everything is going right, nothing is going to go right because something wrong is going to happen, and now something just happened that was good. Now everything's gonna go wrong because they're 1 step ahead. It's so frustrating, but I love it. Okay, done with that rant. So I am going to go finish my book, maybe take a shower, then read, but probably read first. And then I'll see what's happening because I don't know what I want to start next. Probably Persepolis because that's really short and I can fly through that because it's a graphic novel. I'm hoping I can anyway. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Do I end my updates like this all the time? I'll talk to you guys in a little bit because I can see how that would be annoying. So I will talk to you guys later. I might still say that too, but bye for now. Guess who just finished Stepsister and loved it? I did. Jennifer Donnelly is one of those authors who I would trust with my life. I love every single book I read from her, and I love them so much, and I want to read all of her books. I think there are a few more that I haven't yet read that I want to pick up, but I love her books with all my heart. They are fantastic. You should go read them. So I probably didn't tell you what Stepsister is about while I'm having trouble saying that. Stepsister. It follows one of Cinderella's ugly stepsisters, and in this her name is Isabel. She is the stepsister who cut off her toes to try and wed the prince and fit her foot into the glass slipper. So while this follows her, well, it takes place in France, and during this time there is a war ensuing and the king is untested with his new queen, Cinderella, so the world is just going to the dumps. So this story is about this girl who tests everything that was once thrown at her. I don't know if that makes that much sense, but I don't want to give away too much, so just think of it like that. She puts everything that she learns to the test, or has everything that was put on her as a child, she puts to the test. Man, I just said puts to the test like 5 times. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I don't know if I said it, but I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it, and I wish it weren't over. I wish it were longer. This is so tiny, but I loved every second of it, and I'm sad. But now I can move on to another book for this readathon. I'm thinking it's going to be Persepolis. If you're not sure what that is, let me get it for you, because you may not have watched my TBR, and if you didn't, please go watch it. It'll be linked up here somewhere. It may already have been mentioned, but you know, just click that little eye thingy. Check it out. So this is Persepolis. It is the book for the graphic novel challenge, and this is also a book I have to read for school, so kill two birds with one stone. So I'm probably going to start this next. It's nonfiction, so it'll be interesting. I don't read a lot of nonfiction, obviously, but it's interesting and I have to read this for school, so yeah. I've heard good things about this, and yeah, I'm excited to get into it. So I'm gonna start it tonight, see how far I get, see how many pages. 153 pages, so not a lot at all. I might be able to finish this tonight, maybe. There is like a writing assignment for our class, but since it's like a readathon, I might not do that as I read this. I could go back and like mark what I want to write down because I don't want to take time away to do that. And also I have a different book picked out if I don't want to do that for my class, so I picked two books that you could choose, so anyway, whatever one I want to do. Anyway, I'm most likely going to start this now, and yeah, almost said talk to you guys later, but wanna try and do something different. Bye!
So it's day 4 of the Biannual Bibliothon, and I just finished another book, and that was Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi. As you can tell, I tapped this book up quite a bit, and that is for my language arts class, so it's like the tabs are all different colors. There's no rhyme or reason to them, they just there, I just grabbed it. So you can obviously see that, and I adored this book. I loved that this dealt with a serious topic, and yet there were still scenes in here that were funny and lighthearted. And this is obviously a memoir of this girl who lived during the Islamic Revolution and her life and what happened to her. And I thought it was beautifully written and the story was amazing. I wanted to cry at some points, and it's just really sad because at the end the end just ends. I need more. I need to see what happens next because it just ended. And I know there's a second book. I think it's like the story of a young woman or something, because I'm guessing that's when she's older and that's like the second half of her life. This is the first, so I'm probably going to pick that up at some point because I love this book a lot. It's a very important story to tell. Many things that happened in here were heartbreaking. So if you've considered reading this, and even if you haven't, I recommend reading it. I was thinking about like not reading it because I'd seen Hannah from A Clockwork Reader recommend this before. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I read it. I'm so glad I read it. It definitely reads like fiction because it's not like this happened to me and then this happened to me. It's like a story is being told through pictures, and that also helped it move along. And it was really easy and quick to get through, so please pick this up. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but that's what I gave this. So I'm not sure what I want to read next, which shouldn't be that big of a surprise, really. I may pick up Aurora Rising because this is the group book and I kind of want to read it because I got it for this week exactly. So I might read this, or I'm thinking of picking up Twilight because that's like another one of the more important challenges, and that's to read like a 5-star read of one of the hosts. So it's between this and Twilight, I think. And then I'm probably gonna read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo because I need to get to that. And yeah, we'll see from there. I'm wearing a dress right now, so it's like a new style for me right now. I'm very billowy at the moment, like the dresses. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is finish up my bookshelf reorganization video because I haven't done that yet and I did that like weeks ago. So I'm gonna do that, edit that, get that uploaded, and then I'll read. Okay, so it's around 10:30, almost 10:20, sort of, yeah. And I am going to be going to bed now. Wow, I kind of slurred going, but you know. So I decided to pick up Aurora Rising and I am loving it. It is amazing. I think I'm on page 150 something. 166. Not quite. So I'm going to finish this tomorrow and get to bed early because I'm getting up early. So I don't want to be super tired tomorrow. So I'm going to say good night now because I'm really tired. And I'll see you tomorrow. So it's the Biannual Bibliothon day 5, I think. Yes, I believe it is the 5th day. And I got back from work a little while ago, so now I am ready to tell you guys my exciting news. I finished Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and this was fan-freaking-tastic. I love this book. It was amazing. It was interesting and it kept me hooked and wanting to read more, and I love the characters. It was a really fast-paced book and easy to get through, and this is getting 5 stars, definitely. I'm so glad I picked this up at the bookstore and read it for this because everybody knows. Most people know. Not that many people know. Well, you can probably tell that I read a lot of fantasy, and that is really the genre I stick with. Not a ton of sci-fi. So who knows when I would have picked this up if not now. So I'm so glad I picked this up because this is definitely my new favorite sci-fi book, and granted I don't read a lot of them, but out of the few that I have, I love this book so much. So yeah, I'm really happy I read it. And if you're really not into fantasy like I am, don't worry about it. This book, it's spacey and techy and stuff, but not overwhelmingly so, because there's this girl who's like 2 centuries old because she was trapped in this stuff, and so like she knows the old world still. It's older than the present right now, but it's like she's in the future and it's like overwhelming her, so you're like, okay, it's not that bad because I'm not alone in this because she's with you. So I just love this book and I'm so glad I read it. I think I'm gonna start Twilight next because my mom has been bugging me to read that book for so long, and I really want to get to it this year, so this might be my only chance. So I'm going to probably read that next. I don't know if I'm going to start it tonight because it's already like 9:50, so I don't know. I'm going to go see a movie tomorrow. It's like a $1 movie thingy, so like it's already been out, but it's like for kids. So it's animated, and I'm going because I want to see this movie, which is Smallfoot, so gonna see that tomorrow. It'll take some time away from reading, but I need a little break. Anyway, I'm probably gonna talk to you guys tomorrow because I'm a little tired. So see you then. Okay, so it's the 6th day of the Biannual Bibliothon, and I just cleaned my room, and I feel so good because it's finally clean after days of being messy, and it just bothers me when my room is really messy, and it makes me really lazy, and I don't even know why, but I think working in a clean environment or reading in one helps me stay motivated to live and work and do stuff. So instead of sleeping all day and laying around doing nothing, my clean room makes me feel good. But anyway, another non-book related thing, but I just put like some studs in. Is that what they're called? I'm not really a jewelry expert, so I don't know. But I took out my hoops and I put this dragonfly earring in, and then I just put another earring in that's, I think it's called a stud, so I'm gonna call it that. Probably wrong, but what else is new? And then obviously the one that was just pierced, so that can't come out anytime soon. And actually, the second one, that was actually the earring I got my first holes pierced with, so bringing back the old earrings because it's like the only nice stud I have. I feel like that's what they're called. This is going to bug me. Anyway, I did start reading Twilight, and I am on page 110, so chapter 6, and I can see why so many people don't like this book and why so many people love it, because I can see
like the cheesiness of this. And I'm sort of rolling my eyes at it. Like, girl, figure out if you're in love with this guy or if you hate him. But other than that, it's a really fast read and I'm enjoying it. I'm going to continue reading this. It's like 3:15, so I have to leave for work in a few hours. But until then, I'm going to read, and then I have some food in the oven cooking, so I can eat that when it's done, when I'm done reading later, you know. And yeah, I may actually read at my desk because it's like it's clean for the first time in forever. So I may read here because it's different and it makes me feel productive. Unlike my bed, who just wants me to sleep all day long. So, okay, talk to you guys in a little bit. And it's the 7th day of this readathon. So I didn't update you guys yesterday night because I was going to, but then me and my parents, we just all read together. So when we were done reading, I just went right to bed because I was tired. So sorry about that, but I'm here to update you now on my reading. I finished Twilight and I gave it 5 stars. I didn't want to go into this book with critical eyes because I have heard so many people say how bad this book is, and I can definitely see where people would not like this, and yeah, I can see the parts where people do enjoy this because I personally enjoyed this. I did notice some things that I was not a fan of, or I thought like to be worthy of eye rolling, so I did roll my eyes a little bit. But if you look past that, and I did, I just had a good time reading this. I enjoyed it. The last part of the book really picked up, and that was when I started to really enjoy it because I was like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? Because in the middle it was like kind of dragging. I'm like, okay, is anything gonna happen? Is there really a plot to this? So I have now officially read Twilight, and I think it was a good time to read this because I didn't want to be spoiled like any more than I was, because I know who she ends up with because I've been spoiled since this is a very popular book. So I didn't want any more spoilers, and I finally read it, and yeah. So now I plan on starting The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is definitely a book I want to get to with the remaining days I have because I only have 2 days left, and let me check how many books I still have left to read or planned on reading. I don't know if I'm actually going to get to them. So including this, I have 4 books left to read, so that's going to be fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I hope I can though, because I really want to read these books. So this is my next read, and I'm excited and scared because this book is so hyped. I'm very scared I'm not gonna like it. I just have this feeling that it's gonna be boring to me. I hope that's not the case because I have heard nothing but great things about this. So I'm hoping I will like it. Okay, so I'm gonna get to reading this now and hope it lives up to the hype. I am loving this book so much. I did not think that was going to be possible for me. This book is so good. I cannot stop reading it. So it's the 8th day of the Bibliothon, and I was going to update you guys last night, but I didn't want to put this down, and I read this until like 12:30, and then since I was going to be doing something in the morning, I went to sleep, but it turns out I'm not doing anything, so yeah, I could have kept reading this like all night. I am like 60% of the way through. I am on page 234. I only have this much left to read today, and I cannot wait. I actually had a dream about this book, and it was the continuation of the story, and I'm like, Savannah, that's not what's happening. It's a dream. But I'm like, but it's Evelyn Hugo. So I dreamed what the ending of the story would be. I don't remember what happened in that dream. I just knew I dreamed it, and then I saw Tom Holland in my dream too. And
yeah, I had to like escape from this monster. So it was an interesting dream. Anyway, I cannot wait to keep reading this. It's just so good. I am loving it. It's so easy to read and fly through. I just want to keep reading. So that's what I'm gonna go do because this is so good. The hype is worth it. And I haven't even finished this book yet, so there could be some amazing plot twists at the end too that I'm not aware of yet. So I'm excited to keep reading and find out everything. I just finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and now I don't know what to do with myself. Oh my gosh, this book was amazing. I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars, definitely. And I'm really surprised because I was expecting that it wouldn't really capture me. My air keeps turning on and off. Sorry if it's annoying. It's annoying me too. But this was so easy to read and I just flew through it. It took me less than 24 hours to read this book and I love this. The plot twist at the end didn't really make me go or shock me that much, but it was good. Like, it was a good plot twist. It just didn't like shock me that much, but I still love this book a lot. I think it's gonna be one of my favorites of the year. I cried so much reading this book. It's bad. And it's not like my #1 favorite because it's just not fantasy, but still it was so good and I'm so glad I read it. It broke my heart a few times and Evelyn Hugo is some woman. I feel like she's real. I know so many people say that you feel like she's real and you want to like look her up. She felt so real in this and I'm like, don't do it, don't die before I know about you. Because she's like 79 and she's like, oh, I'm gonna die soon. So I'm like, no, wait until I see you. But like, it's not even real, so oh well. Anyway, I'm thinking about painting the edges of this book like a green color because I really like this book a lot. So I'm probably gonna do that. I don't know when, but I want to. So this is just so good. I was not expecting it to be that good. I honestly lowered my expectations because of all the hype, and I just really, really enjoyed this book. I think this is the fastest I've ever read an adult book, so this book definitely makes me see like adult isn't that scary to read, so I'm happy about that. So maybe I'll be a little more open-minded about reading adult books now. So, I don't want to stop talking about this book. It was so good, so good. It's so pretty too. I'm probably gonna take a break now from reading just because I've been reading like all morning and it's like 12:40 at the moment. So I'm probably gonna go get some food because all I've had today were some grapes, so that's fun. And I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go eat and then figure out what I'm reading next because I honestly have no clue what I want to read. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so obviously you just saw me paint the edges of the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I love how it turned out. It is so pretty. Look at that. The one bad thing is that there was this mark on the top layer. Yeah, that's what it's called, sure.
and it's because I got this for like $5 or something at a cheap bookstore, so they had marked them and stuff. So unfortunately this was marked and the green didn't really cover it, but everything else looks very nice and I'm very happy about that. So now I'm going to figure out what I'm reading next because I have no idea. Okay, so I got the 3 books that are left on my TBR. Here they are. And I was going to check page numbers and maybe start with the smallest number. I don't know. But Passenger is 486 pages. And then I went to check Nocturna, which is 471 pages. I wrote them down, so I'm looking at them. And then when I went to check These Rebel Waves, I'm like, okay, this one looks bigger than everybody else. It's 471, so the exact same length as Nocturna, and they're both by the same, can't really see it, publisher. So I thought that was really funny. So I have no clue what I want to read. So I was looking at my bullet journal and my spread for the Biannual Bibliothon, and I was looking at some of the challenges, and if I don't read all these books by tomorrow, since tomorrow's the last day, sadly, I can still count some of the books I've already read for other challenges. So for example, a book from an author you've never read before, I have Passenger for that, but I could also include The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo for that, or the author of The Spinner of Dreams and Persepolis, so I have some options there. And then a book you were excited for but never picked up, that could count for Twilight. Yeah, that could count for Twilight, and that's about it. And then a book based on its cover. See, none of them really could really fit that prompt. Stepsister maybe. So like a few books could work for some challenges. So you're probably saying, well, to go with the logical choice, the one where you don't have a book for, that's to read the book based on its cover. Do I want to read that right now? I don't know. I don't know what I want to read. This is so difficult. I don't know. I might actually do the spinny thing again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay. So I don't want to be here forever, like sitting and wondering which one I should read when I could be using that time to read. So I'm gonna use the spinning wheel, like I did it with the first one, and we're just going to forget that that was a bad book that I read. So hopefully I actually get a good choice, because I'm looking forward to reading all of these. So unfortunately today is the last day of the Bibliothon, day 9, and it's almost 12 o'clock. Well, it's 11:05 right now, so I mean there's still an hour left, but it's sad, it's bittersweet. It's not bittersweet, it's just bitter. It's sad because there's a glare. Because there will never be another Bibliothon again, and that's really sad. This is my last hour of it. Anyway, so you saw me choose my book with the spinner, and that was Nocturna, and I am not quite halfway through. I'm almost there, so I have all of this left to read. So I'm just going to spend the next hour reading, and I will update you guys in the morning of how far I get and all the pages I read. So like I did on my last vlog for the Bibliothon, I'm going to do the same thing because that's me. I will see you in the morning. Okay, so it's actually 2 days later and it's not exactly in the morning. It's 7:20 right now. So I have to update you guys, not update you guys, but like let you know the conclusion of this readathon and what happened. Even though you've been here the entire time and you've just seen me. So this is just telling you all the pages I read basically, and the books, because who doesn't like repetition? So I have to do this right now and film it because the reading rush is tomorrow, and I haven't done that much since I've just been lazing around because I was sort of burning myself out with the Bibliothon. So let me just fly through these really quickly. Hopefully this video won't be that long. So yeah, the first book I read was The Spinner of Dreams by K.A. Reynolds, and This has 397 pages, and I've decided that I am going to be knocking this book down to a 2 stars after thinking about it. So now this is 2 stars. I will have the page numbers pop down here, and you can see like the total because I'll just add them on. Yeah, we got that. Next, I read Stepsister, which has 342 pages, and I gave this 5 stars. I loved it. Then I read Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi, and this has 153 pages, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars again because it was an amazing memoir. After that, I picked up Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and this has 470 pages, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars because another one I love this so much. That I love so much. I think that is how you say it. Next, I picked up Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, and this has 498 pages, and I also gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Even though it was a bit cheesy at times, I still really enjoyed my time reading this, so that is why it is getting the full 5 stars. Then the last book that I completed was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this has 388 pages. Again, another one I gave 5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. I love this so much, and its edges are amazing, if I do say so myself. And then the last book that I picked up was Nocturna by Maya Montaigne, and I got to page 240 in this, so I got halfway done after looking at my percentage on Goodreads, and this is going to probably be a 4 or 5 out of 5 stars. And I unfortunately still haven't finished it, and it's only a few hours away from the reading rush, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Anyway, here are all the books I read this week, sort of. And I'm going to have the total pop up in front of my face right now, so go ahead, future Savannah, please put it in right now. And those are all the pages I read in this week, 9 days actually, but I am very impressed with myself, and I am just happy with the results. Now, the books that I did not read, their challenges can actually go for the books I did read, so technically I finished all the challenges. So the author that I've never read from before can go to The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And then a book that I was really excited for but never picked up can count for Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, because this has been on my TBR for a long time and finally getting to it. So that was the Bibliothon. Thank you guys for watching and sticking it out with me on this 9-day this 9-day adventure of reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!